chicken skewers. So I'll put it back onto my whiteboard. Can you see how the colour of the meat has now changed? It's not black. I can tell from there it's a dark brown. Okay. So I've got 2 of the cocktail sticks which I've soaked in water for a couple of hours. Why do you think that is?
So they don't snap.
No.
It goes through the meat.
Not get burned.
Exactly that. When you put it on something hot like a grill, what's going to happen to wood?
It burns.
It burns. It may still char slightly, however, because it's wet, it'll end up steaming rather than burning. Now, what I want to do, we've got those 2 small ones, we'll address that in a minute, is pop the skewer in, out, in, out. Not going to shake it all about now. All the way along. You do 4 of each, yep.
If you've got that extra little one.
When you might find you've got one where you might put slightly more meat on. The thing is, you don't want to put too much on because you're still going to cook it.
Yeah.
And if you overload it, that won't cook, and what you'll find is you'll be waiting on one and all the others will be overcooked.
Or if you've got that extra one, you just do 5.
You've got
I don't know.
Russian.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's my 4 skewers. Okay, so what we're going to use now is a char plate, and that's going to take roughly about 6 to 7 minutes to cook it. However, how are we going to know exactly if that chicken's cooked?
By
Test it.
By what?
Test it.
How are we going to test it?
Open the middle.
No,
The thickest
that'll
part.
wreck it.
Eat it.
No,
Test the thickest part past
Put a thermometer in it. Put a thermometer in it.
well done.
I was about to say that.
Probe it. Probe it. What temperature, George?
Above 75.
Yeah, anywhere around the 73 to 76 mark is fine, but most people say 75 for safety. Anything with poultry, let's make sure it's safe. Okay. Right. So. What we're going to do now is we're going to use a char plate. Now, as you can tell by the indentations, it's got lines running down. So it's almost like a char grill, however, it's a plate. Now, we don't want to put loads of oil on it, so literally I'll just sprinkle a little bit of oil there. And place my chicken straight onto it. Now, how long did I say the pak choy takes to cook?
6.
About 4 to 6 minutes, about the same amount of time. So, at the same time, I've got my 2 pak choy, which I'm going to pop into the steamer. So I'll put mine on here, it's good, I'm going to steam the same corner. Now, you'll also notice what I'm not rushing to do is to turn the chicken over that first time. So, using a palette knife, gentle turn over. Look at that lovely pattern coming on it. Okay, so my pak choy is cooking, my chicken's cooking. What's the other job I've got left to do? Noodles. How long do you think it'll take to cook noodles
Not
and
that
a bit of
long.
veg? Roughly. About 2 or 3 minutes then. So, what we're going to do now is, we're just going to allow this time to cook, that time to cook, because my movement pass is all there, my pan is there, so we're going to use a wok obviously. What is a wok, by the way?
It's like a frying pan, but it's really deep.
What's the difference?
It's
What
for...
is it for frying? For the stir fry?
Okay, first of all, it's the thickness of the metal.
Hardly any oil too.
You don't wash your noodles.
It's very, very thin, isn't it? Which means it absorbs heat really quick. So, we'll come back to that in a minute. So, back to my chicken. A little squeeze. Turn it over again. So, what I'm not rushing to do is start this phase, because literally I want my chicken almost cooked before I start cooking this. I know my pak choy is cooking, but the chicken is the one. If any of you seen the news lately, hear about the head chef and the manager of the hotel?
No.
Unfortunately, uncooked or cooked chicken, turkey, sorry, not long enough, and a person died, somebody got injured, e.g. food poisoning, and they were, what, the chef got a year jail and the manager got 18 months.
That is so horrible. They don't learn how to cook their food properly.
That's why you're here. Yep,
Do them skewers that you're using.
yep.
Why are they smaller than these?
So I've cut them in half. Very good question, Harley. All I've done prior to coming in here, I just cut 2 in half. Now they're not far off now, so I know I'm not far off with that. I can think about my noodles. So my noodles are already cooked, but I just need to heat them through. So the main thing I've got to do is what? What's the main thing I've got to do
Heat
today?
the oil.
Heat the oil and do what to the vegetables?
Season them.
Season and cook the vegetables. Now we are going to use a bit of sweet chilli sauce in this as well.
Definitely.
I do like sweet chilli sauce, I must admit.
I love spicy food.
I love thinking sauce.
I like burgers. I love my food. And cheese and crackers.
Right, okay. Now, what I'm looking for, how hot do I have to make this pan before I can start using it? What are the telltale signs?
100 degrees.
No, you can't measure it. Can't measure it with heat.
Wait till the oil's nice and move about.
No. See, not steam. Smoking steam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see a shimmer starting to come on it now?
Yeah.
Right, that's what we're looking for. Don't want to go too high. I'm going to add straight away my onions. And then my veg. A little bit more salt and pepper. That's a tiny pasta. I'm just going to add just a little bit Chinese Thai spice. Only a little. That lovely variation in colour. All the time, I'm moving it around. Right, okay. So while that's cooking, so we're about 68 at the moment, so not quite there. Time for my noodles.
Yes.
They my noodles.
Yeah.
Right, you actually got more than you're going to need to do this today, but I'd rather have plenty. Stir it round. Now with noodles, you do not want it catching on the bottom because they will burn. Then, using your back of your hand, more susceptible to heat because it's not used to touching hot things. Just rest it on top of noodles. Are your noodles warm? If they're not, keep on doing it. We're going to take a small amount of sweet chilli sauce. Look at that. Okay, so I'm just going to take that off the heat because that's ready. I'm just going to check. You can ask a question.
You know, when you were doing that,
Yep.
like stirring it, how come yours didn't like go up in flames?
Because there's not a lot of oil in there.
Like the ones at the Chinese.
They use a lot of oil.
Oh.
Right, can you see the temperature now? Way over 70. They're ready. So, I'm happy with that.